Heyo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. How's everyone doing? All right. What's up, Froggy? Yao, Mal, how you doing? Olivia, Arnesis, Adrian, Christoph, Calm, what's up? Miguel, Matt, Grizz, Sour Planet, Dan, Philip, Christopher, Epicall, what up? Die, hello. Sherlock's, what up? Happy Zombie, how you doing? Lupek, David, hello from Dominican Republic. Hello from United States. Jin, good morning. Shaky, what's up? Well, if you guys recall yesterday on stream, there's a few different levels I was looking for to retest on NASDAQ. With the 50% of the daily bull candle being pretty key and right around 18,000. Now we did sweep. I think it was that 150 points? We swept well below it, but then had a nice retest of it, nice rally to the upside, and then again in the overnight, really nice test of that level again. That held. So when a 50% retracement holds, aka buyers reload, they're supporting this level. That overall makes me a little bit more bullish. However, things are obviously volatile. This is the most volatile week I've ever seen. And, you know, with the right aggression, we could easily just slice lower. So, you know, that is a key level for me to watch moving forward. I did take a long on my personal account last night. I ended up getting stopped out for break even. I didn't, you know, I entered the trade, you know, gave like 15 minutes, and then before I went to bed, I was like, well, I'm in the green a little bit here. I'll move to break even. I was looking for the upside, and it looked pretty good, but it did not get the continuation, so I stopped out at break even there. Got a little supply zone we tapped off of in the overnight as well, 4-hour supply, and that is at 780 level. So from 4-hour supply at 780 down to the 50% bullish retracement, 734 points, which is just wild, right? So massive range. Would not be surprised to see some two-sided action. So, then the other thing is, on stream yesterday, I did below the combines I was working on. They were halfway there. I was trying to get them past yesterday. Did not happen. Off stream, I reset them. I did get back up $3,000 on them. There's 3 of them. So the balance is at $3,000. So I can pass them today if I trade well. So I'll be looking to do that and take fewer trades, be patient, etc., etc. So that's me. What's up, Angel Perez? How you doing? Grizz, you're trading from home. Nice. Alistair, what's up? Good morning from Vermont. How you doing? Pinato, what's up? Not, what's up? Mixing on Chrome. How you doing? Ayo, Slee, how you doing? Justin, how you doing? Vardan from India, what's up? Thanks for being here. Mr. Bond, KDD, Pink, good morning. All right, let's end the week strong, guys. Let's be smart about it too. If you've made a bag this week, your objective today is to hold on to that bag. If you did not make a bag this week, your objective is to not try and make a bag this week. If you're red this week, your objective is to keep those losses limited, to not dig yourself a bigger hole. All right? Again, that's not financial advice. I got the same email. I got the same email yesterday too. It's got to be just a glitch, or maybe it's like delayed. But I got this email. It's like trading combine broken rule. Do not let your account balance go below 2107.46. This is the same number that they emailed me about yesterday, and I wasn't trading any combine where that would have been the max loss. So I believe it's glitching. Very strange. So I'm going to ignore that. Oh boy. Okay. So let's be patient. Be patient today. I mean, we're patient every day, of course. We're very professional about that. And we have, you know, like I got a couple lines here, like trend lines from the high and low, kind of tightening into a consolidation, a little triangle wedge, whatever. And so I wouldn't really be surprised if it just bounces. And it's pretty wide, of course. You know, we've had wide ranges, a lot of volatility. So, you know, from top to bottom, it's still like 300 points. So even if we just kind of consolidate within this confines here, still could be a worthwhile endeavor, as long as it's not too choppy. All right. Yeah, I reset yesterday's account. Yep. I reset it, then hit max profit. That is what I did. That's the trouble when you push them hard, you know? You try to do 2-day passes. I've been very successful with 2-day passes the past few months. But yesterday, I was not patient enough. And got too large of losses. Okay, moving lower. First thing I'm looking for is this trend line hit. Below that, we have 300 level. So maybe I think the ideal situation for me would be either just a nice clean hit off this trend line or wick down 300 and then reclaim back above. And I'd like us to rotate back up, put new highs in. All right, Christopher. Well, we will assume that you're not off to greener pastures in another live stream. We'll assume that you're busy with other stuff. Thanks for letting us know. Have a good weekend if we don't talk to you. Dan, sorry you blew your last XFA, but it's nice that you are ready to, you're reloaded for Monday. That's my goal as well. Just be reloaded for Monday. Start the week fresh. Now we do have University of Michigan. Excuse me. We do have University of Michigan sentiment coming out at top of the hour. So 27 minutes. That is usually a decent mover for a minute or so. Might be wise to wait until that number is released. Nothing to look at here. Here's the TPO chart. So each column is a day's activity. Look how volatile it's gotten. Like, pretty normal here. I don't know how many points it is. 416 points. Okay, that's not even normal, but maybe it's reasonable. But and then we got wider and wider. That 1,200 points. Over 1,200 points. Et cetera, et cetera. But right now, today, we are opening inside of yesterday's value area. So this could be a little balance. Ideally, there'll be a nice move that's creates some tradable setups for us. We did not quite hit the trend line I wanted us to. That would have been a little cleaner. But you can't always get what you want. What's up, Griffin? How you doing? I think if you struggle to adapt to the volatility, you're not alone. My only advice is size down and maybe Be more patient. I don't know. Sit on your hands a little bit more. Try not to let FOMO get the best of you. It's tough. Not an easy time to be trading. Oh, Sherlock, you're always worth my time, man. There is a balance to the live stream and the chat and not getting too distracted. Sometimes I do get too distracted, but over time I've gotten better at focusing up when I need to and ignoring chat. That was kind of hard to adapt to at first when I first started live streaming. But a lot of times it's a helpful distraction in a lot of ways when there's not really trades to be taking. You know, if you're sitting there by yourself, bored out of your mind, maybe you take a boredom trade. When I'm engaging with chat, I'm usually less bored. All right, so did not quite get to the opening high on NAS or ES. There are ads in the live stream, Charlox, yeah. The AdSense, I get like $30 from a live stream. Why not options trading? Options trading is difficult. And right now, think about, Raul, think about what goes into the pricing of options premium. What goes into it? We have the Greeks, right? So you have delta, gamma, theta, vega. Let's talk about vega. Vega volatility. When volatility is jacked, that affects the pricing of options. So that's going to raise the cost of options. Also, the spread in options pricing during times of high volatility, that spread's going to increase. So market makers can, don't want to be speaking correctly here, but I believe it's so to mitigate some risk. And so that means the buyer of options contracts is the one potentially with, who have to kind of instantly dig themselves out of the hole because of the spread. So what happens if you are correct in direction, but volatility drops? It's going to be hard for that premium to be more than what you paid for it. So why not options? I have done swing trading options this year. This is the first time I've really gotten back into it, and it's done me very well. So when I see something with clarity on a higher time frame basis, then I will swing trade again. So I've taken 2 Q swings to the downside this year and made outrageous profit on those. So I will look for more opportunity like that. But as far as day trading, I like futures better, at least for now. What am I looking for? I'm looking for some direction, maybe a breakout of this range, or at least a continuation in this range. So for instance, if we look at ES, 5300 and VWAP, pretty key right here. It's also yesterday's close. So if we can break out and just do a little retest, 5300, VWAP, etc., I would like that okay for the long side. But if we can just reject 5300, well, no trade, right? So I think you could do a simple break and retest on this one because 5300 has been pretty clutch. It's been a great level to watch. And VWAP, not always, but I tend to like a break and retest of VWAP as well. Sorry, Planet got 35 points on ES. Well done. Yeah, bullish. So that's like the bullish idea is break and retest 5300 and VWAP. Bearish side, I think I would prefer around 300 level. Look for downside. I'm not looking to pull the trigger really fast this morning. I mentioned patience. So I'm not looking just to play a rejection of VWAP down, even though, you know, tons of points on the table, but that goes both ways, you know. It can easily whip around and stop you out for 40-point loss. Yeah, Griffin, I reset the combines yesterday. I mentioned this in Discord. I reset the combines and then hit max profit. So I'm back to where I started yesterday. You know, we're at $3,000. Looking to make the remaining $3,000 today. Yeah, like look at these. Look at this. Look at this tiny candle. 35 points. One mini. That's $700. If you're on the wrong side of that. So I think sizing down is pretty important. Even sizing down, it's hard to find cheap trades. I agree. I did get a nice trade on the personal account yesterday. Again, soon after stream, I went long. You know, I was looking for that 50% retracement to hold. And I did go long and made $700 in the personal account or so. Fees on futures, I think it ends up being around $4.30. I don't know, something $4.50 maybe for a round trip on a mini. And then I think a micro is roughly half that. I don't remember. All right, 5,300 VWAP. Let's watch this on retest. Have you requested payout yet? You mean like this year? I requested a payout, what was it, like 3 weeks ago maybe? So I've had one payout this year. Can ES get the juice and get a strong close through 5,300 through VWAP? That's what I want to see. Chop till 10 question mark? Yeah, maybe. Would not surprise me. Thanks, Retro Beast. Appreciate it. Appreciate the appreciation. Gonna pull up the heat map here on ES. Got a seller sitting there at a 53.14. What's up, Evan? How you doing? Slicing through that. There you go. That's the strength you want to see. And nice acceleration to the upside there. Very good. I'm doing well, Evan. So there's a strength that you want to see. And there it goes. Off to 53.30, like Miguel had mentioned. So I said break and retest. We got the break. So if I want to get long, I need an area in which to get long at. But, you know, of course, I'm not sure we get a continuation either. It's a little tricky. We are right at the pivot point on both indices. And we have this downward sloping trend line that I drew on NASDAQ. We're pretty much right there. So if, in fact, we aren't doing, we're not going off to the races with the stacking candles and directionally, I'm slightly hesitant to want to get along until I have a little bit more confidence that we are marching toward overnight highs. You passed your first combine yesterday and lost your express fund already today. I feel like you're not sizing down, my friend. This volatility gets sized down. That's what the pros are all sizing down. Look at all this, we have a lot of consolidation and some rejections up here. Looking at previous structure here. This whole little area. I would not be surprised if that provides some resistance to the upside. Nice job, Dan. So 18,600 on NAS. In the 30s on ES. What's the best platform to paper trade futures on? I've done on Tradeovate before. Tradeovate doesn't seem very laggy to me. I haven't used it in a while. I don't really like Tradeovate, but what else? I know TradingView. TradingView has I would say a small lag, but it's not bad. Just for some paper trading. It's pretty easy to use, good for charting, so might be a good choice. Passes Ninja. All right. So, you know, let's see if we can get a retest of this area, but even still, I don't know if I would take it. We have the news drop in about 10 minutes. Doesn't TradingView have 10-minute delay on futures? Not if you have live data. I mean, every broker, you're going to need either a deposit of real money or pay for live data. You know? I don't know anywhere we can just get live data and paper trade for free without breaking open the wallet in some capacity. If anyone knows of one, let me know, but they have to pay for data, so they're going to pass that cost on to you. TOS is free and live data. You need a deposit. Do you not? I believe you need $500 or $1,000 deposit on TOS to get data turned on. You don't? Okay. I did not know that, but Haytham says he has TOS, does not have a deposit. I mean, how do you log on then? You just create a paper trading account? and it's not delayed. Maybe they changed it when Schwab bought them, but I remember back when I first joined, I think it was $500, maybe $500, and then you got data. But yeah, maybe that's changed, I guess. I mean, it'd be good to know. Yeah. Just create a Schwab account. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Thank you for sharing. All right. A little pullback here. Question is, do we just fall back to the bottom of the range, or are we actually going to get that continuation higher? I don't know if I have the confidence for that higher move yet. If we do get down to the VWAP a little lower, and that seems like buyers are still interested, I might try it there because it's a pretty well-defined risk. You know, to probably take the trade on NAS. It has been a weak Space Ghost, yeah. Rodriguez, you're gonna try the long. All right, good luck. I'm gonna look for a little bit lower and see if that holds before I try a long, because I'm not convinced it's gonna just trend. And what I'm taking away from yesterday is I was not patient enough. And I mentioned this, I dug myself a hole, which made it harder to trade when we got good price action. So I don't want to do that. You're long at 86. You might get paid. Huh. I don't know. Don't forget, University of Michigan sentiment will come out in about 6.5 minutes. So far, 53.11 was the retest, which kind of correlates with this little flat top here we had before the breakout. Even the wick here would have been a better, cleaner retest, a little lower. Of course, VWAP and yesterday's close would have been even cleaner, but here we are back at the highs. Here's the trend line I drew on NASDAQ. See if we can sustain value above it. The 5% rule has been talked about a lot this week. I'll explain it once. I don't think we'll have to worry about it today, but I could be so wrong about that. What the rule is when we're within 2% of a limit up or limit down, there's no trading on funded or XFA or live funded accounts. This is with TOPSTEP. Other firms have similar rules. So what you do is you look at your percent change on your instrument. So my percent change is right here. NASDAQ is at 0.73% of the day. ES is at 0.58% of the day. And so when that number gets up to 5%, if it gets up to 5%, up or down 5%, that means stop trading. Because 5% is within 2% of the limit down. So there's a rejection at that trend line. Let's see if that holds. This is like hero short situation. Banking on this range to play out more. Honestly, it's a little tempting, but I don't know. Awfully risky because we could easily start trending. David, appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Do I have a practice account? I kind of want to take a trade to the short side, see if I can get a hero short pay. I don't think I have a practice account activated. Let me launch. Let me open one. Risk on, risk off. Where's the account, bro? Why it's not showing up? It's a buy. Yeah, right now it is looking like a buy, so. Let's see. Some buyers interested on NASDAQ there at 95. It's interesting, we had a reload here of sellers. Not a ton of transactions there. Three minutes till news. 3 minutes. Here's what would be interesting. Be interesting is move up to 700. I might be asking for too much with this news because, I mean, then these kind of news releases that usually are pretty decent movers, you know, and this week has been less important, right? You've been a profitable trader for over 6 years and somehow managed to blow 4 TOPSTEP accounts in 1 month. Well, you're probably not used to trading by someone else's rules. So let's see if news can give us a pop. Or maybe a dip and rip. Could be a dip and rip. If we get a dip down to VWAP, and if that's holding, I would love to long that. MP, I would think if you can adapt to the rules and trade like 5 accounts successfully, I think that'd be worth your time. You know, if you've been a profitable trader for a very long time. Then it could get pretty interesting. But I look at someone like, you know, like Carmine, for instance, who doesn't trade the prop firms. I don't think that's really worth his time. You know, he's got a large account and he's consistent enough. No rules to worry about. No payout caps. That just would add noise for him. So, but it kind of depends on how you like to trade. So 1 minute till news now. If you're gonna trade, heads up. 1 minute. I don't want to see people commenting in like 3 minutes saying, I gotta stop that. I didn't know there's news. I'm telling you there's news. Why do you want to hedge, Sour Planet? Like, do you find yourself doing that on a personal account? Arnesis, have a great weekend yourself. Five seconds till news. Let's see if it gives us a pop. Or, on the contrary, to the downside here. So, I'm going to see 5,300 holds. 5,300 VWAP. Holding. It's pretty volatile, though. And back down. There's VWAP on Nazi. VWAP's holding though. It is scary looking, but VWAP so far still holding, See if that breaks or not. If I said, I said if it holds, I'm interested in longing it. So that is what I will do. Just want this to slow down. It's going a little fast right now. Oops. Dang it. I'm like trying to trade this. My risk settings are still messed up from when I was trading the thing. My profit's at $100, so I took 2 trades and just got take profit both times for $200, but that's not what I wanted. Okay. Well, I always forget to adjust those settings. So my bracket was way too small. So I'm hitting my take profit like immediately before I can even move it. Let's see, maybe that'll end up being for the best here if we reject. Yeah, okay. Glad it worked out the way it did in this case so far, because I'm sure I would have stopped out here for a loss. Maybe get a rotation down to 350. 350. Be what I'm looking for next to the downside. Well, a little dicey, Try that VWAP here. All right, I'm filled short. Can I get continuation? The news was good or bad for the market? Just watch price. Price will tell you. No, you don't have to guess. So far, so good. About 1,000 right now on it. Going for the pass here in this trade, which is right at the lows, and that might be asking for too much. I don't need to make it all in one trade. I'll trail a little bit. All right, grab $400 on that. Up 571. Still like the down move. What's up, Blue Hand? How you doing? Tilted hard. Going back to the drawing board. Well, what is triggering the tilt, right? I tilted earlier this week. Let's go back, assess. What is triggering your tilt? Is it just one mistake? What can you do to eliminate that one mistake, which then eliminates a snowballing of mistakes? That's why I'm always saying, like, if I can just improve one little element of my trading, it's going to fix a lot of other problems that come after that one poor decision, that one mistake. So really figure that out. Figure out what you can do to not make that mistake anymore. What kind of rule do you need to implement for yourself to not make that mistake? You know? You have to hate that you do that, and so much that you stop doing it. It can be 0.07, Greg. Should be fine. I'll show you. Mine's like a hair over right now. So mine says you have to make an extra $30. Now, because I made 15, right? So I should be fine. And I mean, I can make the extra $30. It's not a big deal. That's just adding, point and a half to the trade. So here's VWAP again. rejection here. I'm gonna reshort. Yeah, I find that they'll like just pass you. If you, in my experience, if you hit profit target the second day, and it's just like a few bucks, I think they just pass you. You know, I'm pretty sure that if it's just within a few bucks, you're good. All right, I've got to fill here. Looking for these lows. Still very pretty fast moving and whippy. We'll stop out here on a pop. All right, tagged out. Froggy, are you sizing down, man? Size down on those PAs, bro. This is treacherous. And so far, it's still early. That's 1 micro? Dang. Oh, sorry to hear that. So far, it's like see profit, take profit. It's like kind of feeling like I got to rein in my profit targets here. And just grab the fast money. So instead of looking to make, 2,500 in a trade, maybe just grab $600 or something. So kind of this trend line again here. That rejected before, that was very clean. This time we might break through it. We were unable to revisit lows. Buyers re-engaged there. So maybe we do get the pop higher to 700 now. You can set a daily loss or profit limit on Rhythmic. I think I've heard that before. That's cool. Solid if it says if it fails here, I like to short back to the lows. Yeah, same. I think you should have my take profit auto set to $500 to $1,000. Well, sometimes it feels like it could get explosive, and I'm like, well, I might as well go keep my target way out there in case we get some spike in volatility and it hits. But yeah, I'm not opposed to taking the $500. And I took two $100 trades by accident, but then I took a trail and got the $400 profit on the other one, which ended up being the right decision. So yeah, I think maybe $500 targets make sense for one mini today. It's what, 25 points? Looks somewhat strong here. I think we get the pop to 700 personally. But I'm glad to be proven wrong. I wouldn't mind being long, like in the 550 range. What's challenging about that is, the stop is like 50 points away. Maybe I'll take on this personal account here, like, you know, 1 micro. I do kind of want to see this, see if this will play out. It's right here, Kevin. All right, I got filled there. 1 micro long. Risking about 125 points here, or $125 rather. So like 60 points-ish. And if I do get stopped out, I do want to see us revisit opening range lows. Looks like I will get the fast stop out. I mean, that's, you know, 1 micro, that's 60 points. That was a fast stop out. Very fast. See why that small size is so important. All right. I'm gonna short here. I don't like the entry. It feels like a little bit like a chase to me that I got in here. Let me clean this up. I'm gonna take these off. Sorry, Grizz. Yeah, this is tough. Let me just echo what I said earlier. Let's be more patient. I'm not being patient enough either. I don't like this trade at all. Come on. Break for me. I'm just going to flatten it. I don't like it enough. And I don't need to take a full-size loss to know I don't like it. Let's reassess here. See, I'll take a full-size loss there. I don't need to. Don't like it. So, the stupid freaking trend line's ineffective. I wonder if we have any sort of trend line here on the lower side that makes sense, but maybe they're off the lows. I just think we're gonna consolidate here and then move. Think about how fast you can make up 1.4K with three minis. Just kidding. It sucks. It sucks being down on the funded accounts. But let's just let the market goof off. You know, remember what I said about this range we're in? It's tight. Let's let it become more clear. All right, who's doing anything fun this weekend? We got Eddie getting married. Anyone else having a good time? Coolio's drinking beers. Matt's watching the Masters. Easter egg hunts, that's fun, Kevin. Chicken K's going to work. Loser. Just kidding. Masters, okay. I lost my XFA account with TOPSTEP trading at negative 6%. Can I trade with TOPSTEP now? I don't see why you couldn't. Bat's going to air show. Nice. Cal's got to work. David's buying a ring for a proposal. Nice. Congratulations. Everyone should be watching the Masters, says Subpar Golf. Well, I won't be. I don't give two fucks. But if you like it, good. Great. That's nice. I don't care. Gabriel, you're going climbing? What kind of climbing? Like, are you just going to the great outdoors, climbing some mountains? You going to a climbing gym? What are you doing? Got some people watching MMA fight. All right. What's up, Tachyon? How you doing? He was trying to bait you, Sebastian. You have to pay you do have to pay an activation fee on TOPSTEP. Jake says climbing the corporate ladder. Yeah, outdoor on Alps Mountain. Okay, that sounds pretty serious. Like, I did bouldering at a gym before. That was really fun, but I'm not climbing no mountain. That's cool though. Yeah, 53 likes. Let's get to 100 at least for Friday. Let's go on the weekend strong. Let's show YouTube that the people who watch this stream are not just a bunch of non-thumbs up hitting goofballs. Or as Rachel says, the cool half of you like the stream. Where's everyone from in the chat? Let's do a poll here. I don't think I have enough choices, but I'll do. I think I'm going to leave out a few, which, no offense, I just don't think I have that many people in the other spots. Where are you from? North America, Europe, Asia, Australia. Now, I left out South America, obviously. I left out Antarctica, my peeps in Antarctica. I know we got some people in Africa. So apologies, I know Parshav, you're in Kenya. I know we got some people in Africa. But they only give me 4 options. I think these are probably the most popular 4. So sound off in chat if you're from one of the other places where it's not showing up in the poll. All right, moving lower here. Was unable to grab that short. We do have, okay, South America, Jermaine. Yeah, it's pretty global audience. It's pretty cool. Nice. Uruguay, represent. Okay, Abel. We got Abel in Ethiopia. We got Parshav in Kenya. We got someone else. What was his name? Cypher, are you in Africa? No, you said Southeast Asia. There was someone else who was in Kenya too. Cyrus, maybe. Cyrus. Every once in a while, Cyrus chimes in. All right, through 400, 18,400. Yeah, people from everywhere. India represent. I got you, money on money. I got you. I can read chat, man. Don't spam chat. I can see. Pretty good at reading. Yeah, solid. Solid. Were you able to grab that short? I wish I was able to have entered a little bit quicker, but I wasn't. I wasn't sure on it until down there, and then this run up here stopped me out. Or it was too a little back and forth there before we started stacking those candles. So nice move to the lows. This was, if I was able to stay in that trade, that would have hit past the combines, but was not able to do so. I'm down 680. But now we have the opportunity to see if this trend line from underneath holds to the upside now, and we just bounce back up. That's what I'm looking for. See which way. Are we going to get continuation to the downside and break this trend line, break through 300? Or is this a great bounce spot? Let's find out. Tachyon, you're in a small village in Lithuania. If you talk to them about day trading, they're like, what are you? Is it just like some strange idea to them? I'd imagine it's not the most popular profession in the Lithuanian countryside. But maybe I'm wrong. Would have to endure 120 points of drawdown. Was it really that bad? I shorted 473. 473. Yeah, you're right. It was about 120 points of drawdown. Yeah, there's no stain in that one. Oh, your brother trades as well? That's cool. Alright, so breaking that trend line. Maybe now we'll get a really nice move to the downside. I'm looking for the 50% retracement again, right underneath 18,100. If there's an entry, man, I'll take it, but I'm going to need to see us retest 351 about to get in short. Nice job, Grizz. Paint Huffer, I haven't taken that many courses, but I liked Carmine, so I took Carmine's. It was good value. I like being part of Pete's room, as you guys know. All right, retesting that trend line here. Retest the lows of the day, the previous lows of previous low of day. I do want to short. I was a little late in getting the order in on the DOM. Not able to get it in. I'm gonna try it. Seems reasonable to me, but it could easily just be a peak below, and just a little bear trap. So I am gonna be a little bit wary of that. But in general, if it just flushes down, I'm going to be disappointed that I didn't take it. So I'm going to take it. Again, I like the 50% retracement as a target. But no, stopped out. Okay. All right. It's going to be one of those days again. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I do wonder if this is going to be a fake out or if we're just going to, if it was just a greater sweep. So let's see what happens here, because if we reaccept price back in the 380s, I do think the move will be back up. I really just don't want to get chopped up playing both ways, I could see that happening pretty easily. I might need to just go back to micros. I kind of want to short again. I'm going to do it with 5 micros this time. I'm going to add to it if we get a heavy close. Why are you back in the combine? 2 guesses, bro. First one doesn't count. How many hours from combine passing to XFA? You can do it in 2 days, 2 trading days. You could do it in 1 day if you trade the New York session, wait for the futures to close and wait for them to reopen that evening, and then trade. You can then pass it, but it won't calculate that until the end of the next trading session. So it's still gonna be 2 days. Inskeep, you're asking like a big question while I'm trying to trade here. You're asking how much I've made for funded and how much I've invested. Like, you're asking this question where you want me to do math while I'm trying to trade. That's why I didn't answer it. I also didn't see it, but I don't know. I don't keep a running tally, and I recapped it in my my video of what I learned over 5 years of trading. I added it up, and I haven't started adding it up for this year. So sorry, but I'm trying to trade. This is a key spot here, and trying to answer a question that really is not pertinent to my situation right now. It's a waste of my focus. All right. That was a decent close, but yeah, I'm still interested in adding maybe once we really close through 300 here, because this can easily sweep through, get me out again. Bring back the Discord streams. That was fun. But I know Discord will cap how many people can join. Especially if you're not Nitro, I think. So slowing down here, we're at 300. We can start snapping through there. I'm gonna add another 5 micros. Still don't feel safe in this trade until we really start getting under there. There we go. Give me a heavy close, though. This is IBL. Just the lows from right there, a few minutes ago. It's looking sketchy now. Don't have zero trust for this. Zero trust for this trade right now. It looks like I'm going to take a loss on this. Does it need above 400? Would I want to stay in this trade above here? Not sure I really do. So I think stop is a fine position here. I don't watch Vince's pre-market usually. There's a ton of people in that one though, and he's awesome. He's doing really great. So probably a good show to watch. This morning I watched Trade Brigade's live pre-market show. Give me a heavy close down through 300. I'm adding. Come on. Pay me on this one. Pay me. Pay me, please. Last nicely. No? Maybe I shouldn't ask nicely. Pay me, you dirty hoe NASDAQ. It's not really responding to that either, huh? Come on. Nope. Man, this is tough. All right. So 400 here. Not a bad idea, Grizz. That's good recovery. And I think a lot of people would be tempted to push that recovery, get it back to zero, but I think it's smart. I think it's smart to take that $1,000. All right. Does seem like just a little rotation back up, huh? Nice job, MP. What's so like torturous about trading though is, you know, when you're in the short and then you get this red candle in, you're like, yeah, all right, great, this is gonna crack. I'll make some good money on this. Next thing you know, you're like back at your entry and you're like, oh shit. You know, it's just such an emotional roller coaster. And these moves that look so small, that's 120 points just right there. They're just so massive. It's crazy. So 400 held there on a retest. I don't hate longs now. I've tried. I've getting chopped up both ways from Sunday, but this little sweep under and reclaim looks generally. I like that to the long side. Then, not a bad setup. Yeah, scalping's been really, really tough this week because, I mean, I don't think most scalpers have really adapted to these, the scale of these pullbacks and wicks. Nice solid. Yeah, I don't know, Solid. How are you responding to my questions like 20 minutes after I asked them? But yeah, I think you're just watching this stream on a delay. I don't know, because you're looking at price. Maybe you're just listening to it. I'm always like, wait, what did I ask Salah? Yeah, I think long's still reasonable. Let's look at the higher time frames here. Yeah, it's reasonable there. What's up, Sven? How you doing? All right, moving higher. So VWAP's next, 500. We're 7 likes away from 100. Let's go into that weekend on a high note, at least for the stream. If you got a red P&L, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That includes me. I don't hate longs in the 80s, maybe. Whoops. Accidentally clicked on the DOM there. Almost took a short I didn't want to take. Could have been rough. All right, hit 110 likes. Thank you.
I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good.
Maybe the accidental trades are the way to go today. Well, if I'm taking a quick $100, yeah. I'll just have to do that like 18 times though to get back to break even and not miss one. Wonder why I don't have the practice account. It says it's there. There's a nice pop higher. A nice fallback where it started. TOPSTEP didn't fill your take profit and hit your stop loss account blown. They're not gonna. I mean, there's gonna be like what? How close was it to your take profit? Did it wick it and then reject and hit your stop loss? Because that's not enough. It'd have to be like a serious platform error, like where we're actually trading through. I'm not talking to you, Siri. It'd have to be a serious platform error where we're like trading through the price you have your stop loss set. Otherwise, it's just like. That's just part of trading, you know. You're not always going to get the fill even when you think you should. Because if you think about it, if we wick into your stop or wick into your take profit, your order is going to be behind other people's orders. Even in this sim one, I feel like with the sim, it still kind of simulates the you know, the fact that other orders are going to be before yours. So cross your take profit by 2.5 points. Yeah, I would be pissed. Like, I think you should get the fill, but I don't think that's enough. If it's fast moving, it's possible that, you know, it's just you're just not going to get filled. So I don't think they'll do anything about it. Unfortunately. All right. I'm wondering if we're just gonna pop VWAP. We're right there, right? We tapped it. Let me check the candlesticks. Almost. NASDAQ trap sellers dirty. Yeah. Raise your hand if you got lured in. I mean, it's when you enter this trade right here at this retest, and then you get the red candle, you're like, hell yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen. You're like, okay, all right. Boom, yeah, all right. Sick trade. Like I said, oh shit, I'm out. That's the fun of trading, isn't it? All right, RetroBeast, glad you're leaving green. Have a good weekend. I hope things improve for the rest of the session. This is not how I like to go into a weekend. This is not a fun session. This is frustrating. Reminds me of yesterday a little bit. I'm looking for an area to get long. Because I am expecting us, maybe we reject VWAP for a second. I am expecting us to snap through it and get back up to the highs and maybe even climb higher, put new highs in, or at least revisit overnight highs. And mostly because sellers really had a chance. You know, they really had a chance right around there to take over. Instead, buyers responded, bought it back up. And, I mean, I'm kind of expecting us just to now get through VWAP. How do I delete this freaking drawing? Get out of here, man. So I might reject VWAP here right on the first touch, but my expectation is that we do pop through it. No, I'm not on a magnet. The magnet just means it's snapping. I'm on a crosshair right now. Tachyon, I'm trying to understand the joke here. Seasonedness. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something with the joke. But there's a pop there. Pop through VWAP. That's as anticipated. I'd much rather be long. I'd be far more comfortable closer to this wick we had lower there, around 400. It's because seasoned food was already eaten. I still don't get it. Why is it? So wait, why does that have to be a rookie policeman? Oh, seasoned. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Oh, seasoned ones. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay, Tekken. Why was the rookie policeman sent to arrest the cannibal? Because seasoned ones were already eaten. I get it. All right. Pretty dark joke for a Friday. If we're just gonna move up to highs without me, I'm gonna feel FOMO here. I'm gonna feel a type of way about it. Have I seen Fargo? Yeah, I saw Fargo, I think back in high school, so it's been a long time. Like 18 years. That's how old I am. So yeah, I haven't seen Fargo in a very long time. But the TV show is great too. I like the Fargo TV show. Yeah, Parshav, it's on FX. So here in the States, it's on Hulu. But it's a like an anthology series. So each season stands alone. Like they're not connected. For the most part, they're not connected. And they're really good. First season's really good. Second season's good. Then the fifth season's really good. What's up, Ducky? I was trading minis. I have since sized down to micros here. Getting my ass handed to me. You've blown 65 accounts. Tim Bruce, how long have you been trading for? If you've been trading for like 2 years, then yeah, I understand. It's hard. I would slow down. Can y'all believe Parsha doesn't want to watch Breaking Bad? Well, he's crazy. Breaking Bad is the best show ever created, and no one's going to convince me otherwise. Lupek, have you watched Breaking Bad, Lupek? Didn't like it that much. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know how to help you then. All right. The feeling Sopranos gives you is better. I disagree. I love Sopranos, but Breaking Bad is still better. Sopranos was very groundbreaking, and Breaking Bad took, it's standing on the shoulders of the Sopranos, but it's in my opinion has really is just a master class in story arc, character development. It's insane. All right, here's a pullback, 500 VWAP. I don't know how you could not love Breaking Bad. To me, I can't fathom it. I really can't, because it's so crazy good. I watch it over and over. The vibes of Sopranos is like hard because no, it's not hard. Sopranos is really good. It's sometimes a touch slow for me. I think I like the pacing of Breaking Bad a little bit better for the most part. Yeah, Adolescence was wild. David, eats short here. All right, good luck. I wouldn't want to short right above VWAP just in case it bounces. And again, I think I'd still favor the long side, but this is very tricky action. And, if we measure this range, we're right around the midway point of this middle of the range here. So it's my favorite BB episode. Well, what I will say is it is the best pilot. Most pilots are not very good because they're very hard to... You have to introduce characters, introduce the setting, the story. But Breaking Bad is the perfect pilot. Every time I finish the series finale of Breaking Bad, I want to go back and watch the pilot because Walt is such a different person. Kind of. Well, the change over time is so wild to watch. You're like, oh man, I want to watch it again. If you don't like the pacing of Sopranos, you'll hate Severance. I disagree. I love Severance. And I think the pacing on Severance is pretty good too. And Sopranos isn't bad. It's just sometimes in like Melfi's offices it does get a little slow. But no, it's great. I mean, I love Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Severance, Ozark. Dark is good. The Hank parking lot episode is epic, absolutely. Maron.
Gabagool, over here.
Froggy, how many episodes did you give Ozark? Because I think you definitely have to give it past the pilot. The pilot's not my favorite. I liked Lost 2 back in the day. It's a little corny now looking back, but Lost was awesome. Three or four? Yeah, that's fine. Last of Us, I actually watched like maybe 6 episodes and I never finished it. It was kind of good and then it slowed down. I was like, all right. You don't like Jason Bateman? I like Jason Bateman. Because I'm a big Arrested Development fan. Yeah, I'm trying to scalp M7-6. No, I didn't watch Masters of the Air. Back through VWAP here. Not entirely sure how to play this. He's a bit like Vince Vaughn. He is playing. You're right. He is playing. Jason Bateman is almost always playing just Jason Bateman, in my opinion. But I think it's pretty good though. I don't watch golf. I don't care about golf. Sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of golf fans. I did not grow up playing golf. I give 0 fucks about it. It's not my sport. The only sport I care about is American football. I don't watch animated stuff either. I mean, I've seen clips of Archer and it seems funny, but I never really. I don't smoke weed, so never really get into the animated stuff. Bluey is a good show. Yeah, I have friends who love Band of Brothers, but I never got into Band of Brothers. I find like the worst stuff exhausting. The Riddick movies? No, I've never seen the Riddick movies. They seem a little corny. I don't watch Jake Paul fights. No, don't care. Yeah, I've smoked weed. I smoked plenty of it back in my early 20s. I don't watch MMA. Literally, the only sport I watch is NFL. I don't watch college football. I used to like NBA when I was a kid. Every once in a while, I'll throw an NBA game on just for fun, because it's soothing. Hearing the ambience of a basketball game. Do I like Family Guy?
It's a pretty good show there, Sonny. It's one of the best. Well, it used to be. Then it got all stupid.
I haven't watched Family Guy in years, but yeah, when I was younger, I loved Family Guy. I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy though. I've heard great things about it. I was never good at skateboarding. I tried. I was just shite. I'm a Steelers fan. Rodgers to the Steelers is a terrible mistake. We don't need another cooked QB. We might as well get Wilson back. You know, if we were gonna do that. We didn't get him, did we? Steelers didn't get Rodgers. I know it was like rumored, but like that'd be really stupid. Aaron Rodgers is pretty cooked. And again, if we wanted an old QB past his prime, we should just re-sign Russell Wilson, and we didn't. So makes sense to get someone else. I do not like soccer. No, there's I was playing FIFA or whatever it's called now with my friend last night, and I was saying it's gonna be controversial in this chat because we have a lot of only 53% of North American. The problem from like, I think I'm not gonna speak for all Americans, but I think the reason why Americans aren't as into it are a few things. One, the pitch is so big, so it's like it's a lot of time not by the goals, right? And we tend to like a little bit more action. Two, there's only the one ref in the middle. That's not enough for such a big pitch with all those players, so it's like they miss a lot of stuff. And then three, the clock is like arbitrary, right? I mean, there's like, they're like, no, like, yeah, that's probably about 3 minutes of stoppage. Yeah, okay, that's it. You're done. You know, like, I think we want like a clock. We want like, it's this, time's up, you know? That's what I think. And I just think that, so like, there's just some things that Americans just don't resonate with as much. I think we want it to be a little bit more like, fast paced maybe. I don't know, which is maybe ironic because like the NFL, American football can be like really slow when you're calling plays and stuff, but you know, it's like play, stop, play, you know, so the pacing on that's kind of sucky too, but it's a lot of like when the play happens, ideally it's like good action. Matt, I don't know who that is. He said, "Do you want Steelers to get Shedder?" I don't. Is he a college player? Because I don't even follow college, and so I don't even know anything about the draft. I don't follow it, and I just see who we draft. I'm like, okay, do people like it? Is he good? I don't know. All right, cool. So I'm like kind of casual in that aspect of it. Well, interesting. Maybe a little head and shoulders here. Will they charge me monthly if my TOPSTEP account is blown? Yes, until you cancel it. The reset, I think, are resets always $99 on TOPSTEP, or is it $49 for 50K, $99 for... I think it depends on the size. So I think it's the same price, but if you just get a new combine, then your rebuild date is starting today. Like, whereas if you started a combine 15 days ago and now you reset it, I believe your rebuild date is in 15 days. So you might as well start a new one. In that case, yeah, I would just start a new one then, unless you're just trying to do what I do, where I'm like trying to pass it in 2 days, in which case I don't really care about the rebuild date because by that point it's going to be passed or blown. So then I just reset mine, but depends on your strategy. You can cancel a combine and start a new one. Yep, you can. All right, there's some volatility here. I don't know if there's a tweet or a news thing. But spiking up there, kind of froze out the charts. That was a large move. That's was that 200 points? Almost 200 points there in one candle. So I don't know what Trump said, but my guess is it's Trump related. Maybe it was Fed speak at 10 o'clock. It says tariffs will boost inflation to between 3.5 and 4% this year. Maybe that was the news. Was just that Fed's Williams guy saying that, which I think he already said that it's going to raise it earlier this morning. I don't know. Yeah, Kevin, Apex should reset you as well. All right, well, that spike up and subsequent rejection and now under VWAP again makes me feel like the move is probably down. This is kind of like a choppy little area though. This whole little bit here, right under VWAP. It's under my flight line. That's nice of you to pick me up. I mean, that's kind of a drive. What was my experience like with Apex? I recapped it in my my video on what I learned in over 5 years of trading. That's probably the best place to, you can actually see what it was like and hear me talk about it. I'll link it in chat. That's the video. I wonder why they didn't give me a practice account. Let me try again here. Oh, there we go. How are you supposed to hold a trade in these market conditions? I think you're not supposed to. I think you're just supposed to be sitting in cash. Come on. I'm not surprised by this price action. I'm just disappointed by it. Gold is golding, is it? Oh, I don't have gold on this account. I don't have data for it. Is it risk on or risk off? I think we all know it's risk off. I'm tempted to short. I just feel like I'm gonna get burned. Just because that's the way it's been going. $18K incoming question mark? I mean, yeah, I like that target. I like the 50% retracement, which is just above there. So this has been previous support here after we did a little sweep underneath. So we'll see if it offers any more support. It's this trend line too. So it is possible to get a little bit of a bounce. I would love for us to revisit 18,060. I'm wondering, you know, yesterday that we had a lot of kind of back and forth and then finally started stacking candles to the downside and I was not in on it. I'm just watching it go without me. And so maybe if I'm patient, it'll be something similar like that will play out and I can take advantage of it. Yeah, TOPSTEP short. TOPSTEP tilt is showing 68% short on ES, 67% short on NASDAQ. Let's see if it bounces here. Never scale into trades, only if I plan for it. If I, I had an idea earlier this week where I was going to scale into a trade. I didn't end up doing it. I ended up invalidating it, but if I plan for it, then yeah, I'm fine with it. But I definitely don't like to average down. Again, unless it's part of the plan. And adding to trades, I'm fine with. I'm not that good at it. Woodpecker gave his short entry on the 20th of February. Has he given any signal to get out of the puts yet? I haven't been listening, honestly. I haven't heard the Woodpecker. Yeah, that's the Fed calling me. Just let me know they're about to drop some more bombs. So I kind of want to see it bounce, see some of the TOPSTEP tilt get back to parity at 50-50. It is the bottom of this range for the most part. Birds aren't real. Whose woodpecker? Mine. My office used to be in the other room, and this woodpecker would always bang on the siding outside the door. All right. I kind of want a game plan for a potential short. And for all we know, we just bounce up to highs, but we have been putting in lower highs. This is kind of exhausting, though. 15 minutes pretty garbage. Same with that. 30 minutes garbage. 1 hour garbage. Hey, if you haven't taken any trades today, I think that's terrific. Good job. Do you ever talk about taxes as a trader? No, I don't really know enough about it. Highly unqualified. I just honestly, I just shove my email, my paperwork to my accountants, and then they tell me what to do, and I'm like, okay, do that then. I'm like really hands off with it because I don't want to deal with it. It's a waste of my energy. I was thinking about reshorting up here. It just seems a little forced. Yeah, there's no promise of a directional move for sure. In fact, this bounce was kind of predictable. So I have something to the upside cooking here. This track has 1 million on Spotify. Is it 1 million? Oh yeah, 1.2 million on this track. Pretty good. How do you go about identifying the days of trade and stuff? Well, you can just look at, like I mentioned this, this is my third time now. If you look at like just the daily charts, volume profile, so TPO chart, where we opened up, right in the middle of yesterday's value area. And we've just had so many crazy moves. It's a Friday. So generally lower probability that we'll have a nice directional day. And then you just wait and see if that plays out, right? And so far, we had a nice short, but you had to get in pretty early, I think. And then we didn't get the follow through under the lows, really. We just did this little sweep under and then buy back up. Then we stalled out these lows again. And so now it's just kind of, it's a little back and forth, right? And then the range is still wide enough where it can really be difficult to trade because you're getting stopped out. So really not ideal. Can you trade from an eligible account after blowing it? I don't know what that means. If it's not eligible, it's not eligible. But it's possible you got locked out for a day and now it's the next day and you can trade it. What was the first job you ever had? I was a dishwasher at a country club. It was like a middle-class country club, you know, where middle-class people could go and feel like they were important and rich. I was a dishwasher at the restaurant there. Yeah, I mean, I'm a great dishwasher for sure. I mean, you know, working in a restaurant, you just rinse the stuff and you put it in the tray and slide it through the industrial dishwasher. So it's pretty easy, but yeah, it was a shitty job. Made $7 an hour. I worked like 2 nights a week, sometimes 3. So my paychecks were like, cool, I could fill up my car with some gas and buy a CD at Best Buy. Fun. So back at the lows here, see if this holds. Do you like to cook it all? I cook every day, but I don't really necessarily like it. But I do cook a lot. All right, we cracked this. We might have a nice, I mean, I like VIX is putting new highs in. And ES has not yet hit its lows. So I do like that for the downside here. I want some heavy closes, not probe lowers with the buy up. Grizz, have a great weekend, man. Were the golfers snooty? I don't know. I didn't interact with them. You know, I stayed in the kitchen, so I didn't really have to interact with them. Yeah, it's kind of a sweaty job. Like, you know, my jeans just smelled like that gross. You know, if you work in a restaurant, your clothes have that weird smell. It's kind of gross. Here's your chance to short. Yeah, I'm eyeballing it. I didn't like that buy up, but I think it's just being a little tricky. Again, I like what VIX is doing here. It's like you don't even smell like good food. You just smell like grease or something. It's gross. It's like grease and dirty water or something. Maybe that's just me because it's a dishwasher, but that's kind of nasty. I think the best job that's like not like a career job, but the best job was delivering pizzas. That was pretty fun. I like working for tips. I like hustling and getting paid more, you know. And you just get to listen to music in your car and stuff. It was fun. I'm trying to short here. This is a lot of it has to do with VIX putting new highs in. I hope I am not straight up offsides here. Classic stoner job. Yeah, my manager would be like, "You want to go smoke in the walk-in?" I'm like, I can't. I gotta like drive. I can't do that. Well, I can't be high while I'm working. It doesn't work with me. It's like if I'm doing that, then I gotta go to sleep, or just zone out for a few hours. Grease and sour milk. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it's like walking into a Subway and leaving smelling like a foot-long turkey on wheat the rest of the day. That's funny because I don't eat at Subway anymore, really, but I used to eat it there a lot. But I would kind of have to feel like I'd have to shower afterwards. You know, I'd have to like just shower to get the smell of Subway off. I think I was 17 when I got that job. All right, so this is kind of reminds me of yesterday right now, where I got stopped out trying to short, and then we started stacking candles to the downside. I really hope we get continuation. I'm not entirely sure that this is the right environment for that, but we'll see. Firehouse subs, I love Firehouse subs. Yeah, they're good. I just got an email from TOPSTEP. Welcome to your new trading combine. Bro, what? I don't know what they're doing. They're just like emailing me for everything now, regardless of regardless of anything. I did get my practice account activated finally. Have you seen the potential change they're making to XFAs? No, I don't know about it. They talk about it on TOPSTEP TV. If you know about it, let me know. What's the inside scoop? Well, it's another failed breakdown. It'll be frustrating. Removing the consistency rule from the combine to the XFA. That honestly, it makes more sense, but I don't like it. I don't want there to be a consistency rule in the combine, but I also don't want there to be a consistency rule in the XFAs. But I'm sure this week some people are probably making windfalls, and they don't want to just pay that out, right? I'm sure that's related to that. Should I increase the stop above 400? Maybe. This also doesn't feel like the trade I can add to either. How's trading this noise? It's terrible, Lawrence. Thanks for asking. Yeah, no, it's not fun. All right. I'll stop out here about 400. Yep. This is no fun. No fun at all. We break this downtrend, I'm going to go long, and that's going to be my last trade. Honestly, anytime I feel frustrated about futures, I do think about my options trades this year, and I feel better. I'm like, well, at least I have that. Don't top tick me, bro. Don't top tick me. 403.5. Okay. I mean, in this environment, I would call that top ticking, but it went like 7.5 points past. I think that seems like another failure, so I kind of want to say F it and just go long, because I'm getting a little frustrated. 5 minis. Let's go. 5 minis with $750 a drawdown. Don't do that. Don't give me sage advice. Let me be reckless. I haven't done Wordle in a long time, honestly. Listen to the little devil on your shoulder. Grizz left. He left for the day. Don't do this to me, market. Do not tilt me. That's tiltable. Huh. That's a tiltable offense. Zoom out. I'm well aware of where we are. I'm not just trading the 1 minute chart. I got a 15 minute and a 5 minute. And I map out all my levels on higher time frames going into market open. So I'm well aware of where we're at. Do another versus video. Yeah. Planning on it. I'm just like don't feel like right now because it adds pressure to me. Boring. So I wonder, it's quite possible we put in a higher low here. We break this trend line, I'm long. I think that's my plan there. Essentially, get over 400. Looking for the long. Mixed on Chrome. Yeah, I mean, I look at all that stuff. I look at all that stuff going into the morning. So I have like a idea of what I'm expecting. Like the part of the reason why I went long on my personal account last night was based off the 4 hour. Looked pretty good. Did not get the move exactly, but yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the stage that's been set here. Pete trades futures as well, but he doesn't recommend other people do it. Pete would not do a versus video with me. That would be distracting for him. And he doesn't want to talk about his, he doesn't like bragging. He's got that Midwest humility that, it's one of the things I love about the Midwest. He's just like a put his head down and do work kind of guy. Well, VIX did retrace a little bit, but now it's back up there, putting it in right around the highs. It would mean more if VIX or if ES was down at least 1% on the day, though. I have the person already lined up for the pro me versus pro video. I mean, he was down to do it last year, so I feel like he'd still be down, and it'd be a really fun video. I just you know, it's a lot of pressure on me, and it's pressure on them too, because the pro trader has a lot more to prove than I do. I want to at least have a green 2 weeks or ever how long, you know? Like, I don't really just want to be red. Like, it's just such a bummer. You're really putting yourself out there, and those kind of videos get a lot of views, and then it's fine. I don't really mind if people dunk on me, but I just want to do well, you know? Midwest. Midwest is a region of the United States. So you have East Coast, you have the South, you have like the Great Plains, which is where it's flat and windy. And you have kind of like the Rocky Mountain area. You have the Southwest, and then you have West Coast, and you have the Pacific Northwest. So you have like all these different regions, because there's 50 freaking states. It's freaking huge, and a lot of different subcultures within that. So the Midwest has a certain, you know, there's like stereotypes and cliches or whatever about the Midwest of United States, which you can look up. It's like Indiana, I think Ohio counts as Midwest. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Minnesota, Michigan, I think counts as Midwest maybe. Michigan's borderline. But we call that the Midwest. And Pete's from kind of my neck of the woods. He lives pretty close to me, actually. Like Pete's accent he has like a strong Chicago accent. Like Carmine's got that East Coast, New York, New Jersey. He's got that really strong accent. Pete's got the strong Chicago accent. Mine's a little bit neutral, where you couldn't really identify where I'm from. Carmine hella Italian, yeah, no shit. Yeah. All right, here's 400. To put pineapple on pizza. If pineapple's on pizza, I'm not gonna cry about it. I think it, flavor-wise, I think it tastes fine. I don't get all self-righteous about food. You know, if it tastes good, eat it. I don't give a crap. People get too up in arms about stuff. It doesn't matter. You like it, eat it. I don't care. It does not affect me whatsoever. You know? Ketchup on pasta. Okay, well, that's disgusting. That's actually psychotic. Haggis. I've never had haggis. I've never been to, was it Scotland? I've never been to Scotland. Your granddad just recently came back to Poland after 18 years in Chicago, and he can't speak English. There's a massive Polish population here in Chicago. I'm gonna try along here. Banana ketchup, yeah, that's like a Filipino thing. I've heard of that. Yeah, I don't think we have Jollibees in, I don't know if we have it in Chicago. I've seen them in LA, but I don't think I've seen Jollibees in the Midwest. Do you like beer? It's fine. I don't drink very often, but yeah, beer's fine. I don't like IPAs or anything like that. I think those are disgusting, but Yeah, I don't know if I have the staying power for this trade. Where's the... I think I'll get liquidated around the bottom of this wick. I don't know, is that worth it? I don't think it's worth it. Do you have Portillo? I mean, this is where Portillo's came from. Ketchup on Chinese food, that's so gross, bro. You know what? Epical, I'll tell you, price action is not respecting me. I feel so disrespected right now. Did you move your setup? At the beginning of the year I did, so it's been like 4 months. This is the pullbacks on these trades are just are really exhausting. I got all these overlapping candles. Like, we're not stacking directionally, right? So every trade there's a lot of back and forth. So I think entries are super important in this kind of environment. Otherwise, you're really suffering a lot of drawdown. Is there any timing limitations to hold any trade? You mean minimum time? No. Are you serious? Just gonna wick us like that? That's crazy. Every trade I'm in, I feel like has this rejection wick, and I'm like, I don't know if I can stay in this. Took the dogs out yesterday, let them run around the field. They had a blast. They're pretty fast. They're fast boys. This sucks. This sucks. This is not fun. Kev Bubs, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. You're shorting where I'd take profits? Yeah, that's not a bad area to short. Where is that? 529.5. 5. Yeah, it's just a swing high area. I wish this was like stacking candles I could add to this trade, but it's not. I haven't felt safe in this trade at all this entire time. And another wick up there. Every time we wick like that, it makes me more and more nervous. Yeah, this sucks. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. My entry held there, which is kind of nice. Now, please move away from my entry. Now, please close strong. Just close nice solid green. Is that hard? How to book partial profit. Use the DOM. So let's say you're in 5. Just change the quantity and then take the opposite side of the trade. So in this case, if I was looking to scale out, I would hit sell 1 or sell 2 or whatever. And then it'll automatically update your brackets. S Knight, well done. You pass an eval and you're up 1K. Yo, if you're up 1K today, pat yourself on the back, because that's awesome. I think this has been a terrible session to try to scalp. It has been not fun, for me anyway. Coming into VWAP now, I don't know. If I was in 10 micros, I would probably take some of the position off around here. If we could just smash through VWAP, that'd be so awesome. It's at least a free trade for me now at this point. I really, really don't want it to come back to break even on me. And I really want to ride it to the upside here as well. So let's see, can I have my cake and eat it too? Good. Come on. Good candle. Good candle. Power shot, did I buy any long term? I bought 10 more shares of NVIDIA at $99. Bring my cost basis down. But overall, I'm not necessarily bullish yet on the stock market. So I'm not really interested in buying the dip necessarily. Why'd I move my TP? Greed. Well, I do want to see if we can test this news wick. And just sometimes we have these like spurts of volatility, right? And I'd rather try to take advantage of that by having a higher take profit in case it spikes up, 100 points. I want to grab that, instead of just taking a smaller profit. I can always trail up, Here's yesterday's close price is what we're at right now. I think I'm gonna trail. I do need to dig out of this hole a little bit. So if it does reject, I think $670, not a bad little bag. Different thought process, but I'm in the same trade as you. Nice. That's what's fun about trading. And maybe someone's shorting and they're going to make 10 points on a short or whatever while I'm long or something, like there's a million different ways to trade. So here, we're through 500 now. So previous take profit was what, 525 or so? We're there now. So if it's, until I see some weakness, I want to stay in this. It's finally getting some momentum. So I don't just want to run out just because of it's finally stacking some green candles. What does it look like on a 5? 5's looking good, and it's going to close out here now. So that's a good close on the 5. And if it pulls back, I want to see half of the candle be preserved. It's around 480. So my stop's under there. And VWAP. So I think I'm up 1,700 on this. That's a good profit, honestly. Isn't it better to DCA? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the trade I'm in now? Or are you talking about me buying NVIDIA or whatever? I don't like to DCA. And there's, in this kind of volatility, there's not enough to want to add to trades. I feel like it's just not, we're not getting the continuation to want to add to trades. Please don't retrace all the way on me. At this point, I want more than $670 of profit. I was really close to digging myself out of that hole completely. And right now, I'm actually going to be kicking myself for moving the take profit unless we can get back on up there. What do you think about the potential new rule on TOPSTEP? If it's the XFA one with the consistency rule, I don't like it. If it's obviously a way for them to not have to pay these windfall trades on the XFA, so I don't like it. It's none of the benefits And it's just only limiting your potential payout. I don't like it. All right, getting close here to taking profit, which is kind of sad. I really want VO up to hold here. Is it better to DCA on stocks? Yeah, I don't mind. That's why, I mean, I added to NVIDIA at $99 and my average was 118, 120, something like that. Okay, that held. Just give me some continuation here. Let's move away. Oh, they might remove the cap and $200 days? Well, that I'm fine with. So I guess it just depends on how all the rules shake out. So if there's no cap and a consistency rule, I think I'm okay with it. Allowing 1 day pass for evals, I'm a big fan of. Although, yeah, you don't want people to just reset 30 times trying to pass. Like, so as long as they still cap how many times you can reset, so people aren't just blowing all their money, then yeah, I'm a fan of that then. Let's just wait till they enact the rules instead of, I don't want to waste time, like, you know, like when people make videos about like, oh, they're proposing this new thing and then they get all amped up about it. Let's just wait till they actually email us about some new rules, because, you know, then we can actually know what we're talking about and have the full scope of things instead of just talking about rumors. So let's just wait, see what they say, and then we can have a good picture of it and whether or not it makes sense and whether or not it's favorable or not, you know? All right. Something I'm thinking about is, if we have a little bit of consolidation up here before the next pop higher, is it possible we wick lower and stop me out? That's what I'm thinking. And in which case, do I want to adjust my stop in case we have a little bit of like a kind of bull flag? Imagine a bull flag here and imagine a few lower wicks. I don't necessarily want to get stopped out on a jab lower. I will say the 5 minutes looking pretty good. 15 minute, good. So, would maybe adjust a little bit, give it a little bit more room just in case. I'm theorizing here that it could potentially consolidate and have a few jabs lower, and I don't necessarily want to get stopped out on that. So that's why I'm going to adjust the stop here and see if make sure I can still participate in the upside if that is indeed what happens here. So far, kind of looks like that might be playing out here, but I would prefer not. I prefer just pump to my target. Evan, how dare you put that out there? Should I delete this line? Because I feel like it's adhering to my line because I drew it. I think my Crayolas have that kind of power. Thanks, Evan. I feel like it's really trying to follow this. It's like, oh, you want a bull flag? All right, we'll flag out. No, I don't want that. Just go ahead and pump. I'm going to delete this line so it knows it can pump. I think it might have gotten mixed signals from me. What does this man want? He's long, but he's throwing a line down to constrict me? Doesn't know. No. I deleted the line. You don't have to follow it. So typical. So freaking typical. Okay, other thing I'm thinking about, should I flatten here and then look for another, put in a limit buy? So capture some profit, get a little bit out of this hole. I think that's gonna be harder to get back in though. Do not follow this line. Pop it. There you go, pop it. Close strong, close strong. Up 100 points on this trade. I mean, that's pretty killer. It's weird because it doesn't feel safe being up 100 points. You know, usually when you're up 100 points on NQ, you're feeling good. You're probably taking profit soon and la-di-da. But in this environment, I don't even feel safe being up 100 points. I mean, I feel safe in the fact that I'm not going to lose money, but it just feels like it just feels so different than usual, you know? So, all right, kind of breaking through. I like that. I think the target's very good. I really want to be proven right on this. I think we ate through a large block on the heat map here. I saw a large order resting there, and I think we gobbled that up a little bit. Can we sustain over it? 750 target? Ooh, that'd be juicy. 750, I mean, that's enough to pass, right? 750. I wouldn't expect that, but who knows? 750 would be plenty of money. In order to pass, I need 5,200. Ooh, honestly, like this high here from a pre-market, this swing high would be a passing target if I could get that hit. But that's asking for a lot out of this price action that we've had. Why are you trading TOPSTEP fundeds? I'll give you one guess. You get one guess why I'm not trading TOPSTEP fundeds. Why am I not trading TOPSTEP fundeds right now? I'll move the TP up for sure. You never know when you're gonna get like a freaking death candle. Actually, I'll give you two guesses why I'm not trading in TOPSTEP funded, because there are two good reasons. Never set TP based on dollar amounts. I agree, except for in the combine world. That's not a good reason to target that area. 100%, I agree with you. And I don't think I'm actually going to hold for that. Blue them or ship PA. Yeah, those are the two guesses you get. Those are the two accurate answers. So they're both correct. So one, I blew them. Two, if I had them, I don't think I would trade them today. Right? I have the personal account. I took one trade on the personal account, and it was a very quick stop out. Not interested in trading it. So really, the only thing I'm really comfortable trading is the combine. A lot less to lose, really. Okay. How are we looking on the 5? 5's looking really good, actually. I like the 5. Doesn't that need any more room? I wonder. Do you have a fixed daily loss limit when you're funded? It's either on TOPSTEP X, it's your max drawdown, or you could set one for yourself if you want. Secure at 650 and wait for a retracement to go up to 750 after. Yeah, that's good. I'm moving this target back because it's way too high right now. It looks like I'm just gonna get stopped in profit here for 59 points or so. All right, Parshav, have a good weekend. Enjoy your golf. Should I give a little bit more room? I don't know. It's hard to know how much room to give it on this pullback here. Maybe that's safe. Move away now. Move away. Off you go. What should be position sizing for 50K after getting funded? Small. In this environment, I'll trade 1 micro. You're gonna say that's boring. That's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I lost $120 in like 10 seconds trading 1 micro today. So think about what you can lose more than what you can make, right? You can make plenty of money. Yeah, I think I like the 5 minute, honestly. The look of the 5 minute, I like it a lot. I think we push higher. Let's go. After this pullback, I'm going to be tempted to like add to this to see, you know, just to really make a dent in my progress here, or to really work towards the target. But I don't think that's the right move. Whoops. Hmm. 50% applies to net profit. LT. So, yeah, if your goal is $3,000 profit goal for the entire combine, you don't want to make more than $1,500 net profit in one day. There's some orders hitting. Not a lot, really. It's just 61. Taking its sweet time here. Wow, my heart rate's really low. 64. 63. Wow. 62. Am I dying? Saqib, Ali Malik. If you want a heart rate on screen, I use an app called Pulsoid on your phone, which then will connect to your heart rate monitor via Bluetooth, and then there's a widget that you can then use as a overlay in OBS. So it's called Pulsoid. I wrote it down in chat for you. A lot of liquidity sitting here in the teens. I think my heart rate's so low just because I've been working out. I'm just getting a better, I don't know what the term is. Getting healthier. My heart's getting stronger. Come on, baby. Let's go. Rip on through, rip on through, rip on through. There we go. Pushing highs there. Very good. Hey, I'm in the green if I exit here. After $2,200 of drawdown. That's pretty good. Yeah, efficient standing mirrors. Maybe that's the right word. There's that wick. There's that wick. Just tap that wick. That was my next target. I keep raising my target, but that was the next spot I was looking for. I'm going to trail pretty close now, just in case. If it rejects, I think I can get out and be pretty happy with the trade. All right. Out of that trade. That was a nice one. Back up $300 after all this all said and done there. So that was a great target, that wick there. Now, sure, again, 5 minute looks great. I think we could keep pumping here. Resting heart rate? Yeah, resting heart rate. But I just didn't know if there's another way to describe the improvement, you know, having a lower resting heart rate. All right, so I really did want to pass these combines today. I don't want to force it. I really like the upside. It's looking pretty good, but it's hard to buy in this area. Because look at this whole spot here. You know, getting long up here is dangerous. I don't think that's the right move. But I don't know. I could look for something later on in the session, or I could just wait till Monday. It's hard to be so patient, but maybe that's the right move, you know? All right, 1,700 miles from India, 2,800 kilometers from India. Let's try Philippines. 1,000 miles from Philippines. Indonesia. Actually, Indonesia is probably closer. Cambodia? Nah, Philippines is still closer. Ah, okay. Japan. 35 miles from Japan. Is that South Korea? Yeah. All right. Nice pink. Way to stick to your rules. Have a good weekend. That was tough. That was a tough trade to hold, honestly. It felt painful, you know, when I'm already down so bad. I don't have a lot of, you know, every little wiggle against me hurts. So that ended up being a very nice trade, and it did test my patience a little bit. 27 minutes or so. Felt a lot longer than 27 minutes, I'll tell you that much. That felt like a very, very long trade. Now, I haven't played Time Guesser this week because it's been such a crazy week. And I think it's Friday. You know, I as much as I would love to pass this, I don't think longing up here is any good. And I think it's too soon to short anything. So I'm going to go into the weekend with a little round of Time Guesser if you guys want to play with me here. Oh my gosh. Well, it tells you where we are, Niagara Falls. I don't know what side. I'm going to guess the Canadian side. And the dresses is very like Victorian. So I think we got to go even before the 20s is my guess. All right, upstate New York, right? By yeah, here we go. Niagara Falls. I'm gonna guess like over here, and I'm gonna guess like 1906. I can't go below 1900s. 1911. That's 2.2 miles too far north. Look, they circled this guy. Who's that? What's his deal? Heck of a mustache. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. When you become a millionaire, just come back here with some donos. We got some signs here. Restoration and trompeter. I don't really recognize the language so much. I'm not seeing English. That looks like a road sign, and it ends in ANG, gang, maybe gang. So maybe it's Germanic. A lot of times it ends up being like Austria, sometimes Switzerland. Let me get my bearings here. You guys want to go to Germany or Salzburg or something? Go to Dresden? I don't know why Dresden, just for fun. Let's do 1912 in Dresden. 1909 and we were in, Czech Republic? Czechia? Alright, not terrible. We could do better. We got some bobbies. Harry Potter premiere. Which movie is it? The kids look kind of... Yeah, I guess it's like a middle movie, maybe? Does it say the name of the movie? Prisoner of Azkaban, maybe? I can't read that. But they look, maybe it's one of the... You think it's the first one? Yeah, I guess maybe it's young enough it's the first one. So that came out in what? The mid-aughts? Early aughts? I want to say like 05 or something. I don't know. And I'm guessing this is just London. So London in the mid-aughts is my thought. I'm just gonna Google it. Oh, it's 2001? Wow. Leicester Square? Where's that? I don't know how to go about finding it. Is it by Trafalgar? Central? I mean, I feel like I'm pretty central. Leicester? Oh, thanks. See, I never know how you guys are going to pronounce stuff. There's a pop higher there. Nice. I don't know where to find it, really. There's Tower Bridge. Okay, where is it from Tower Bridge? $600 incoming. See, I don't know where to find Oxford Street either is the problem. I've only been to London once for like 48 hours. Nice pop higher. Yeah, I see the market moving. Yeah, see it moving without me. But it's okay. I'm still happy with the trade. I don't want to feel the type of way about it, you know. Parliament? Isn't Parliament over by Westminster or something? I don't really know. It's okay. I'm close enough. I don't need to get it dead on. I'll still get some points. There's Oxford. I'll just do that. 2001. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I was close enough. Market's ripping. All right. East 43rd Street. This looks like New York. So outside the UN. Outside the UN in New York. I don't know exactly where the UN is in Manhattan. Ripping. So, you know, I'd be up another 70 points, $1,400. That's all right. You know, it's nice. If you're long, GG's. Anyone know? Oh, it says 43rd Street. Okay, so it's a grid system, mother. 43rd. I don't know which. It's East 43rd, and again, I'm not really. There's East 34th, East 43rd, United Nations. There it is. Cool. So across the street looks like East 43rd right there. And what year is this, guys? It looks like film. There's a website, so I mean, it's probably not that old. I don't see people with their head down looking at phones. So I'm thinking mid-aughts again. Let's do like 2008. See, in the 90s, I don't think they would have created a website and advertised it. I think that's be too new of an idea. So that's why. That's why I'm not thinking. Oh, it does say 2000. It says you promised 2000. Oh, okay. Good clue. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, let's do like 2000 or 2001. Let's do 2000, sure. Oh, it's 2005, so it was a little later. I was gonna, the whole website thing, I feel like people weren't doing that. Like, people were still paying for how many minutes they were online, you know? You used to have to, like, you know, you get the CDs from AOL and it'd be like 90 free minutes of internet. Is this like a Swiss Alps or something? Oh, I got a lot of soldiers. Wagons. I mean, it's a gorgeous backdrop. A Swiss flag, I think, right? So I'm guessing Switzerland. Maybe like around Geneva. 1905? Sure, I don't know. Sounds good to me. I think it's Basel. Where's that though? I don't know where to find it. All right, what do you guys think? Like 1917, I'm getting a couple times. Border of France and Germany. So you don't think in Switzerland, or do you think? Are you saying up? Oh, there it is. Thank you. That's what you're saying. I understand. Clear. Okay. Boom. 1915, but 65 miles away. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good round there. 45,000. Hey, I'm gonna screenshot that. Is that our best? I always want to beat 44,000. I think we might have done that. That plus the last trade. I think I can go into the weekend on a good note. You know, it was a tough trading session for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna go for more. I'm really tempted to try to pass these. So Monday I'm like trading some combines or trading some XFAs, you know. But I don't know if this is the price action I want to be involved in after making back a lot of money. This trading was rough. I had one good trade today. The rest was getting stopped out many times. So rewind. If you want to watch the trade, rewind to, let's see, it's 11:11 right now. So rewind about 45 minutes and you can watch the trade play out. But it was pretty tricky day of trading for sure. One advice I can give you, with trading, I think you have to really look at what you're doing wrong, and you can't just assume you're gonna magically fix it with time, you know? The other thing is just really try to focus on learning price action. Forget a lot of other stuff about indicators and whatever. Just learn price action, learn how to read it, and really put an emphasis on higher time frames. So for me, I don't want to go against, I don't want to trade against a 15-minute chart, or if the 15 minutes unclear, I look for clarity on the 30-minute, right? And so on the higher time frames, I don't want to take a trade that's really not in alignment with those higher time frames, if that makes sense. That to me has been really helpful. So good luck. Everyone have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me on stream this week. It's been a wild one. Very crazy week. Hopefully we get a little bit more normalcy from here on out. I don't know. But have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Later.